Well, better late than never. Welcome back to Vets Talking Tunes. It's been a while, but we're back again. Going to review another Tom MacDonald song. Once again, neither one of us has heard this yet, just like the last time. And I promise you, we are going to start cranking out more of these much more frequently, but we're very happy to be back here. I am Adam, also known as Soldier Spirit here on the internet, manager and runner of this amazing channel, Vets Talking, which has exploded thanks to all of you Hangover Gang fans. Thank you so much for helping me to be able to raise above to the great lengths that I am at now as far as this channel goes. So thank you guys, everybody out there. Mr. Pope Metallicus, our musical expert, headbanger in chief. How you been, man?
Doing good, man. Been busy, which is why we haven't been cranking these out. So
yeah, dude, I've got a lot more videos I've been cranking out. I've been doing breaking news videos, and we've been doing the live streams. So do check those things out. Check out the channel. All of my live streams are all on the playlist, Knife Hands and Skin and Mac Saturday. So be sure to check those out. And let's go ahead and jump right into. Oh man, I screwed that up already. Let's jump into. I want to push this button over here. And we're going to listen to Tom MacDonald, Dirty Money.
They're angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads where they broadcast news. Ooh, the network full of liars got investment capital and segments sponsored by Pfizer. And the freedom fighters, I feel like the left just plans them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning. Then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding. Make $1 million off of shirts that say let's go Brandon. It's a cash grab, everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black masks, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who had tag always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats, they don't give a damn. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse.
All right, dude, that's a lot to absorb right there. What do you think of that so far, man? That's awesome.
Man is dropping some absolute truth here. And he didn't even like preface. This is what I love about Tom too. Like he doesn't preface it; he just gets right into it and goes.
Hell yeah, man! What do you think about that tune so far?
It's pretty basic, but I like it. It's like again, like rap is the kind of genre where the lyrics are what's important. So the rhythm and the beat is just there to give it a musical rhythm to it, something that he can flow to and kind of facilitate what he's doing. Whereas rock and metal is the exact opposite, where it almost doesn't matter what the singer's saying. He's on his own thing. The music is what's the important part. So it's cool to listen to something where that's flipped.
Yeah. Looking at the lyrics, here's something that's I actually just thought about this today. His line says, Black Lives Matter only when they got a corpse to exploit. And he's actually used kind of the same line. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. And I was thinking about that because it's just a matter of time before they find George Floyd, isn't it? It's just a matter of time.
We are coming up on election season again, aren't we?
Exactly. And here's things that we know damn well. You know, it's the same thing with the ridiculous argument when everyone wants to talk about that black people are being targeted by cops. Well, guess what? White people are they're dying equally. And here's the problem is that it's only because the news media does exploit what they want to. They will focus on certain deaths, certain incidences, and try to exploit that and call that racism, even though, you know, that's why you never see white people dying on the news at all, even though it happens all the time at the hands of cops as well. Not all cops are bad. Only some cops are bad. We need to get rid of those ones. But again, Black Lives Matter only one they got a corpse to exploit. They're waiting. I guarantee they are just waiting right now for that one opportunity to go ahead and exploit and make the next George Floyd. So BLM will just be all over the place, call Republicans racist, and then boom, the polls shift, and that's all everyone wants to focus on again.
CNN's already got the graphic made up. They just have a placeholder text where they can put somebody's name.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I guarantee it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this pre-chorus.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets. Why our coffins fill the ground. They make profit, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh, that is, man.
That's saucy.
Yup.
Go ahead and break that down for us.
He ain't wrong.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about the music there.
I like how he does this in all the other stuff we've heard too, and it's how you should construct a song, where you kind of like keep it simple during the verse and then kind of build up during the chorus, which like some rappers do, some rappers don't. I like the fact that he does it because it should, and again, it doesn't overpower his vocals. It's not trying to distract from what he's saying. It's just there to like add emphasis on his point, basically. And again, I like the fact that he actually sings, because a lot of them kind of don't.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a. He's much better of a rapper than he is a singer, but he has done some really good singing in some of his songs. You know, the one Ghost that he does, the pop song, the love song to his girlfriend, is really damn good. You know, and if I remember right, I don't think he really auto-tunes. We talked about that in another video. That I'm sure they probably tweak things here and there, but you don't really hear much of an auto-tune from him. It's him singing.
Yeah, that's one thing I notice a lot with modern artists of most genres too. Like, it's not just rap or hip hop, that a lot of it gets more or less heavily auto-tuned as you get into the more commercial stuff. Because let's face it, half of these singers, they're not. I mean, he just died today, and rest in peace to Tony Bennett.
Oh, that's right.
You don't have a Tony Bennett of this generation. You never will.
Yeah.
Like, even the rock stars of the 80s and 70s, you're not going to find those in the modern day, really.
Yeah. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. Bought and sold since we were born. They want money. We want war. Now, of course, that's more of an artistic turn on the idea of we want war. Truth is, I mean, obviously, this is also talking about like going back to the revolutionary days. When the Boston Tea Party and everyone's, and here's something also really we talked about this on stream before, is that a lot of people want to talk about that we went to war and had a revolution, actual physical war, and had a revolution over a tax on tea, and now look at where we're at now. Well, and I broke this down on the stream the other day because people need to understand something, that we're in a very different time now. We don't need and we don't want actually a real physical war. And the main reason for that, especially, is because what do they really control that's messing up our country more than anything else is the media. Anyone who tries to actually become violent and fight back or does anything like that to hurt somebody is only going to turn the entire media against us, and therefore half the country is going to turn against us and just label us as terrorists. Now, we do need to go to a war that is not violent. We need to fight with our words, and we need to fight with our information, which is why stuff like this is really good to get people impassioned to fight back the metaphorical war and the political war to win. Because I have really strong faith that things still will work out. If we can win this election coming up, whether it be Trump or DeSantis, I beyond belief want Trump, but I do believe that he can actually turn things around. He can tear down the FBI and the IRS and build them back up to where they actually should be working for the people as opposed to against.
At this point, I'm questioning whether or not they should be built back.
Well, I mean, there's that argument too, but we can talk about that on another
absolutely.
day.
But I just wanted to throw that out there. But like, what you're talking about is what in political science is called a velvet revolution, which they're rare, extremely rare, but they do happen. You saw it in Yugoslavia in '91, where basically their government just left because people demanded it.
Yeah,
and I think we all know what would have happened if they had tried to resist.
Yeah. Well, trust me. Like I said, I have faith in this. I have faith in this country, and I have faith that things are going to turn around.
I think if any society can do it, it is ours, because we are used to that peaceful transition of power. Every 4 years, we essentially have a small velvet revolution.
Kill me for the song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn the dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations, we have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher, stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning so they can publish the headline that's gonna fuel division. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. But we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning.
What do you think?
The man is absolutely correct when he says this shit. And it's stuff that we've been saying for years or noticing for years is that like this, like all of this shit is like the world is on fire essentially. And, you know, the second they do anything right or anything good happens, like, oh, see, everything's great. Everything's fine. It's like, we need to, and way too many people in my mind are willing to go along with that. And it'd be like, oh yeah, well, you know, not everything's horrible. It's like, yes, we should congratulate them for the things they do right. And it should be a, yes, that's great. Now do something about all of this. And then maybe we'll talk about, you know, you actually getting rewarded.
Yeah. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Yeah, I mean, the military-industrial complex, man. War is profitable. War is fucking profitable.
Just be internal military-industrial complex. Like, you know, our defense contractors would have kind of deals with the Pentagon or whatever to sell new equipment to us. Nowadays, that shit's worldwide.
Yeah, it's there's so many different reasons, and we even saw recently one of the secret camera crew with James O'Keefe's media organization managed to get BlackRock individual to admit that BlackRock is paying off politicians to make sure the war in Ukraine keeps going because they're making money off of it. Oh yeah. So I mean, there's so many different ways that that people can profit off of war. It's one thing when people are selling the ammunition and the arms and all that, but then also like BlackRock, you know, that it admitted that they are making tons of money just on the stock sales because they know how to play the market with the way that the war is going. So as far as things like grain and everything else like that, commodities, they are playing it, and they want people to die. They actually want people to die. In other words, keeping the war going just so they can fill their fucking pockets.
Yep, and it's to a much more sinister extent than it was previously. Like, obviously, America has armed countries before. Like World War I is a perfect example. We were selling weapons to both sides because basically the entire world was using a different variant or whatever rifle caliber you had variant of the Maxim gun, which were all made right here in America. But there was a difference because we were a neutral power, like truly neutral. We weren't trying to assist one side against the other so heavily that it looks like we're already at war. And with Biden sending reservists to Europe in the near future, it looks like we might actually get involved in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, and at the worst time also, you know, I do believe in listening to when Dane Bongino has been talking recently that it is only a matter of time. It could be a matter of weeks or months, but one thing's for sure is that China is most likely going to invade Taiwan before Biden gets out of office because they probably are going to trust that Trump is likely going to get in, and they are not going to fuck around Trump. They want to fuck around Biden. And that shit starts, that's going to spark a very, very nasty war, and things could get bad here really fucking fast.
And I've heard people say that we won't get involved if they try to invade Taiwan. I will tell you this right now. We will, for one reason and one reason alone: semiconductors. Taiwan
and it's also not so much I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right about that, but it's also not just so much that but there is the belief also is that they will initiate a war with us as well. But anyways, that again, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars. Fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. make profit, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. Not enough soap to scrub, it's soaked in blood. It's all about the money, 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 money. Every time we make a buck, they take from us. It's all about the money, 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 money. The dollar runs our lives until we die. It's all about the money, 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 money. It controls your mind and they control it mine. $30 fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profit, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money.
That's a damn good song.
It is, and I love the video too. Especially that background right there. It just illustrates the point he's trying to make perfectly.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing I will always credit him with is the messaging and the packet, or like and how he's sending it across is absolutely on point.
Not enough soap to scrub; it's soaked in blood. It's all about
that. Was a great line. I dug that a lot.
It's soaked in blood. It is.
I also love the line, solving problems they created so that they can keep us down.
Yeah.
That one's perfect. I mean, because let's face it, in the last 5 years, how many times have we caught the FBI basically causing a problem with this group or that group to then fix it and then act like they deserve praise for it? It's like, you created this problem.
And exactly, yeah, that's the game they've been playing. They create a problem, and then the solution is their move. The solution is always something that they have to do that's going to give them more money, that give them more power, and it's just going to cause more problems. And then what's going to happen after that? Once another problem gets, then we need another solution, and it's a constant rotating machine that they have going.
And it's convenient, isn't it, that the solution is always give the government more power.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing how that always works? Whenever there's a problem, what is the solution? It's more power. That's exactly why we had the problem with the modern day hippies, which we just call them the leftists. The hippies back in the day used to be anti-government, anti-war, and now they're all just feeding off the government. They want the government. They want the government to control them. And why? Because it's the give me generation. It's the generation of participation trophies and being given and being babied and given everything. So as long as they are provided with their television, their video games, and their abilities to smoke and fuck or do whatever the hell they want, as long as they get all that, then they are perfectly happy with whatever the government wants to do. And it's the government that keeps on providing them with all that. And yeah, go ahead.
It's funny too, now that you say that, like they can smoke, do drugs, whatever. It's funny that a lot of the countries that legalize drugs and stuff go heavily socialist and heavily government controlled. The best example of that being North Korea, where almost every drug is legal and nothing else is.
Yeah, imagine that. Well, man, do you have any final words for that amazing song?
No, I mean, it's a solid track. The guy always delivers, especially with the lyrical content. And when it comes, like I say, when it comes to rap songs, that's what everyone's here for. And the man's got it in spades. And just continuing to really enjoy his work. And it's been an absolute great ride to get introduced to him because I'd never really heard his music before.
Yeah, I'm always eager and looking forward to hearing some new stuff. Apparently, he is supposed to have one coming out here pretty soon. So as soon as that one does hit, we are going to try same day to knock that out. Trust me, we're all going to go back. We have been listening to your recommendations in the comments section. Please do keep on dropping those comments. Drop those recommendations. We do have a list we're going to follow up on. And I think we're going to start shouting out some people whenever you drop one of those recommendations. So make sure to check that out. And also, like I said, check out some of the other videos I've been dropping. If you enjoyed the Old West, if you enjoyed Tombstone, I recently did some time out there in Tombstone. I spent an entire week out there. I'm going to start dropping some of those more videos. I do have a video called Tombstone Comedy Gunfight Behind the Scenes. I got amazing behind the scenes access of one of the gun shows there. So please do check that out. And also remember, check out our live streams. Vets Talking Knife Hands, or just simply Knife Hands, on Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern here on Vets Talking. Always drop the gene. You'll find me on so many other platforms as well. That is our big political commentary show where, as veterans, we're talking knife hands, meaning we're getting fucking pissed off. So we're talking heavy politics stuff on that. Skidamax Saturday, every single Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern, where it's just us goofing around, ripping on each other, busting balls, and talking some pop culture stuff. So make sure to check those places out. Pope, where can everybody find you?
Well, you can find me over on my channel, same name, at Pope Metallicus the First. Every Sunday, you can find me for Rock and Roll Religion. And if I get into a regular schedule again, which it looks like I'm going to with work, we're going to start doing more of those more random fandom episodes on Thursdays at 8. I think the next one we're going to talk is Star Trek, which I'd love to have you on the panel for.
Okay. Yeah,
that
sounds good, man.
Fantastic. But we'll figure all that out. In the meantime, stay safe. I love you all, and I'll catch you next time.
Absolutely. Remember, Pope Metallicus his link is in the video description below, so make sure to check him out. Thank you, everybody out there. Thank you very much, Pope. Thank you to Tom MacDonald and all the Hangover Gang fans out there. You guys have blown my channel up, and I can't thank you enough. But remember to double tap that like and subscribe. Drop a comment, because that helps out the algorithm. What also helps out the algorithm is sharing this video out there to everybody, because you don't got to be a veteran to enjoy this content. Just don't get butthurt. You've been warned.
Open those arms! Oh, God! Ah!